Hey guys, it's me, Noah Meehan on the Arc Truth, and I'm sorry that I haven't posted a video for 4 to 5 weeks. It's just that one of my sister's friends was actually visiting here and was staying here just to spend some time with her, and I thought that it would be best if I decided to pause making videos for some time and just maybe get to hang out with the guy so no politics talking and just not trying to cause any trouble, because let's just face it, politics is kind of divisive, especially at this time of year. But especially this time of year, stupid thing to say, but unfortunately it's true. And now I'm at Rosewood Park, and I'm going to be filming maybe at least this video and probably another video as well. I'm not sure about the second video though. Now, despite having 4 to 5 weeks during that period of time when I haven't made a video, a lot of shit has been going down, especially with the recent decision with the Supreme Court with a 5-4 decision. And I'm sorry, there's a lot of mosquitoes here. With McGurk v. Oklahoma, where there was a 5-4 decision, and Neil Gorsuch, of all people, Neil Gorsuch, a conservative justice, decided to vote in favor of the liberals, based upon the 1833 treaty. And basically, with this decision, well, let's just rewind a little bit. According to Fox 25, which I have here on my phone, it said that damn it, a lot of these mosquitoes, man, it sucks. Anyway, Jim C. McGurk, it says here on Fox 25, was sentenced to life imprisonment for serious sexual offenses, and argued that the state didn't have the jurisdiction to prosecute him because he's a member of the Seminole Nation and his crimes took place on the Creek Reservation. His case made its way to the Supreme Court, which led to, of course, McGurk v. Oklahoma and the recent decision there, which basically gives half of Oklahoma, which includes the city of Tulsa, mind you, a major city within the state of Oklahoma, to another Native American reservation. This has lasting consequences, very big lasting consequences, and I honestly don't like it because because basically the Supreme Court is breaking up an entire state, at least from my perspective. And there's a lot of problems associated with this. One, with representation. Will the people within the state, within Tulsa or other places within these reservations, still count as part of as having still being represented by Oklahoma or not? And now the reason why I say that is because within reservations, they have their own autonomy. They have their own set of laws completely different from the state, and the only thing above them is the federal law. In a strange way, these reservations are kind of act like that of Washington D.C. federal districts. This is partly why I have a problem with the system of reservations. I understand why they're kind of set up that way, but at the same time, there's so many problems within reservations, and especially with how this ruling is setting up. It's going to add a new problems as a result. Now, that's just the first thing. Number two, taxes. Where are the taxes going to go? Are they going to go to the state of Oklahoma, or is it going to go to the tribes? That's going to be another big one, and a lot of people within Tulsa and other surrounding regions that are now part of the Creek Reservation, I think it was, or either Seminole or Creek. They're going to have to be paying taxes, and they're going to have trouble. Are they going to be paying taxes for the state, which I want them to pay for certain services I want? Or are they going to be paying for the tribal council into the federal government? This is going to be a big problem. And of course, this is going to hit Oklahoma as very big as well, considering that, or very potentially will hit Oklahoma, because Tulsa is a major hub considering its status as a major city within the state. And it's definitely a major, and as anyone with common sense would realize that major cities are a major hub for tax revenue. With the potential loss of Tulsa, that would mean the reduction of the budget of the state of Oklahoma. The potential reduction of several services provided by the state. And that's definitely going to be a big issue. Another thing, and I said this before, and this touches upon with representation. Does this mean that the state government of Oklahoma doesn't control its? Does this mean that it cannot enforce anything within its own borders? Well, the obvious question, that is kind of the case, especially since now apparently the state cannot prosecute anyone with who may have committed crimes within the reservations. This is going to be a big problem, and honestly, I think a lot of people in Oklahoma, especially the state government, are having, from what I understand, are not liking this situation. It's basically, it takes away the sovereignty of their own states. And again, this relates to the whole representation thing. And another big problem is, with this is also crime. Because like I said before when I was talking about McGirt versus Oklahoma, Jim McGurk, as stated by Fox 25, was sentenced to life in prison for serious sexual offenses. Does that mean he gets out? Does that mean he will get out? And also, does that mean that you cannot go after potential criminals? And does that mean that other criminals that have somewhat of a similar situation as McGurk, are they let out? Are they let out as well? I think that's a major problem. Now, from what I understand, both the Native American tribes as well as the state government are still cooperating with each other. But I just wonder, how long will that last? How long will that last? Because I really do wonder, because the tribal council, or the reservation that currently encapsulates Tulsa, which in this case it would be the Muskogee Creek Nation. They now have control of Tulsa and has a major tax revenue. They could easily cut off Oklahoma. Very, very easily. What is that going to do? All this is going to further balkanize the entire state. It's just going to cause a major mess. Because at this point, it would seem like the reservations are becoming their own states. And I honestly don't know how to feel about that. It's just, this is especially kind of concerning. And I think it's definitely something that we need to look on as an entire country, because this could lead to potential consequences. And it could happen to any other state. First, it's going to be Oklahoma. What else is this going to happen? I think this is going to be a problem, and it's going to have major potential consequences as a result. For right now, as I understand it, both the state government and the reservations are trying to work with each other. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of political maneuvering within over jurisdiction and that sort of thing. And that's gonna cause a whole mess. It's just gonna cause a whole mess as a result. And it's kind of concerning. It's really concerning, in my personal opinion. because now it's going to affect representation. It's going to it's going to affect sovereignty of a state, between a state and of course reservations. It's going to affect crime, and it's going to affect taxes. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more that I'm honestly missing. I'm pretty sure there are a few things that I'm missing, but nonetheless, those are definitely a few big things that are definitely going to be the major attention for Oklahoma. And now with this new precedent, it's going to have I think it's going to have a lot of major repercussions, not just within the state of Oklahoma, but all across the United States. And I don't know how to feel about that. My name is Someone Meehan on The York Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with friends. Also, if you have any issues regarding my videos, such as how I speak, how I frame them, or anything that I should do to improve my video, please post them down in the comment section down below, or message me. Thank you.
Almost head.